Hey you! Happy Tom Ford Tuesday, where Tuesdays I dedicate to Tom Ford beauty. Today, this is your reminder to grab your honeymoon and let's show her some love. I'm going to create 4 looks with this palette today. I want to create 2... Why is there hair? Excuse me. I want to create 2 looks that are soft and easy and wearable for the everyday, light and pretty. You can wear them anytime, of course. But then I also want to create 2 dramatic looks that you can wear to a special event. You can wear on date night. You can wear whenever you feel like, but they're just a little bit more dramatic. Yes. So I have this palette because of you. Your recommendations are the best. I love it. And I'm so happy that I have it in the collection. So I wanted to come back and create more looks. So that's what we're going to do today. Remind you to use what you have, enjoy it, love it, you know, all the things. So, shall we hydrate and begin? How are we? I hope we're doing well. I'm in a good mood this morning. Okay, I got the kids out on time. Everything is good. I am grateful. Yes, it's as simple as that. It's the little things, right? So, it's Tom Ford Tuesday. I only found it suiting to light up my rose brick candle to set the mood and get into our looks. I am actually going on a day date with the hubs today, so I figured I would rock my honeymoon today. So, you know, and then I also felt inspired to create, you know, multiple looks so that we can see, because a honeymoon is still new to me. I'm going in with the Tom Ford Rose Lip Oil as lip prep. I already have my base down, you know, all the things. It's Tom Ford Tuesday, you know, the full face is Tom Ford. I'll have everything listed and linked for you down below in the description box. The coffee's kicking in. Clearly my energy levels are up. All right, let me bring you nice and close and let's get started. Technically, almost all of it is Tom Ford. You know the story. I don't have a loose powder and a couple of other little Tom Ford things, so it's almost a full face of Tom Ford. But it's Tom Ford Tuesday. I'll have everything listed and linked for you down below in the description box. I did use concealer on the lid today. Whatever I had on the eyes, I just brought it up and used that as our base today. So let's first start off with the dramatic looks, because for the easy everyday looks is what I'm going to keep and wear on my day date with the hubs. So yes, why don't we do a quick swatch refresh of the beautiful wet dry formula of Honeymoon. I think this is such a pretty color story. I get the hype. And I get why you guys were like, Monique, are you nuts for not having this in the collection? I cannot answer that, but you know, beautiful, beautiful colors. I'll be using my new Goss brushes. I do have a dedicated video. I'll have it linked, whichever goes up first, but yeah. This is the E2. It's like the smaller crease brush. I want to go in with this darkest shade here. We'll start with that. I'm going to focus it on the outer eye and just slowly build. Now, I don't want to blow this out too much, so I'm keeping it somewhat... What am I trying to say? I'm not trying to say organized, but I'm trying to keep it like in... closer to the lid versus bringing it out and blowing it out, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to slowly build on the outer eye with this darkest shade. Going back in. Build it up a bit. This color story, I get why so many people love it, and it's a true classic. Because you have the purples, the burgundy, because you've got this purple, right? That you can build it up to where it doesn't look like a regular purple. It's more like a deep, rich purple. But what's also great about a color like this is you can go in with a fluffy brush and really diffuse it and get that more soft purple. Okay, you also have the burgundy and then these bronzy champagne tones. Yeah. Beautiful color story. And of course, we love our wet dry formula. So as you can see, I'm just building it up into the crease. I'm not going back in. I'm taking whatever's left on the brush. So there are two of these brushes, one small, one big. I am using the small for building the color on the eye. And then now I'm going to go in with the bigger one. This is a E3. I'm just going to use it to blend the edges and softly diffuse, all while keeping it in the crease. I don't want to go up too high. I want to keep it, you know, yeah. The Wayne Goss E4. Let's go into the darker of the two bronzy shades. I'm going to pack that on my brush. And I'm going to apply that on the lid. I'm just nicely building. Okay. And I'm leaving the beginning portion because we're going to wet this shade. That's what we love about the wet dry formula. Yes, yes, and yes. I'm going back into the brush I used to apply the purple shade, and I'm just using it to blend the edges and where the two colors meet. So everything is soft and diffused and together nicely. Okay. I don't want to use that brush to wet my shadow. So I have an Esum brush. This is an Esum W21. Oh, faithful. What I'm going to do is the same shade that I put on the lid, I'm going to pick up and pack on the brush like that. And then I'm going to spray. And let's apply that to more so the beginning portion of the lid. It intensifies the color, but not to a point where it's not wearable, where it's too much. It's just enough. In our favorite Tom Ford sophisticated kind of way. And look at that beautiful, beautiful look. Now, although it's a little bit darker, a little bit more dramatique, it's still super soft and wearable. And by wetting that shade, it kind of brightened up the inner corner without having to go in with a lighter shade to brighten the inner corner. Just intensified the shade that you already have on, just a little bit. And the great thing about the wet dry formula, it doesn't feel like some foily type of shadow that feels tight on the lid and feels like it's going to crack. Oh no, this formula, they got it down. Let's do mascara. I know it's Tom Ford Tuesday, but I don't have a Tom Ford mascara that I'm using. I'm still using my Valentino. All right, so look one is complete. All right, let's get into our second look. Wayne Goss E4. Let's go into this shade right here. Just packing that on the brush. And let's apply this all over the lid. Yes, she makes a beautiful one and done. Yes, she does. But we're going to do something a little, a little different, a little bit more dramatic, So this, I'm just building all over the lid. Going back in. I start with the most product on the center and then blend outwards. I always kind of like that better. I feel like it gives a nicer diffuse to the eye look. And again, I'm keeping things on the lid. I'm not blowing out the look too much. All right, I think my placement's pretty good. I'm going to take the E3 and blend my edges to diffuse. And now, with the old tool that's always by your side, I'm going to go into the lightest shade here and just pat that right there, just a little bit on the center. And I kind of close the lid just enough to where I can still see where my pupil is, because that's like my center point. And just lightly, oh so lightly, pat it. Now, we are not done yet. Hold on. Back into the brush that we used to apply the lid shade, right? I am going to blend the edges and kind of meld everything together. It's a spotlight. We love our spotlight looks, but I don't want it to necessarily look like a spotlight, so I'm kind of melding the colors together. I'm holding the brush like this. When you lay your brush flat, it's going to pack. I'm holding it forward like this and going in this motion so I can kind of just blend the edges. Just like that. See, it still has the spotlight, but it's very blended. Going back into the crease brush, or yeah, crease brush. The brushes aren't new. I'm trying to remember what they're called. I think it looks good like that, but I'm gonna take the brush and go into the lighter shade and just put a little something. Very soft. Right on that inner corner, just like that. Put some mascara and we are done. Okay, wait, we have to do a little something on the lip. Yes. Intimate Rose. So, here are our first two looks from Honeymoon. Definitely going to categorize these as a little bit more dramatique. Yes, but as always with our Tom Ford, it's dramatique, but extremely wearable. I'm excited to do two more looks for you. A little bit more wearable, easy for the everyday, or anytime you want to, depending on your mood, you know. So let's do it. I gotta reapply my highlighter. I love this highlighter. It's the Soleil Neige Glow Highlighter in Rose Irisée. I think it's how you say it. It's so good. The formula. And then I'm going to reapply my Rose Tint Lip Oil. Shall we begin our more wearable, easy, everyday looks? This is what I would do. I'm grabbing the palette. I'm going to do what I got to do, but I don't want too much, but I want just enough, and I can always count on Tom Ford for that. All right, so going in with the E4, let's go into the bronzy shade. I want to put that all over the lid. Just gonna pack it all over. Bronzy tones on the lids, you can't ever go wrong. With the smaller of the two crease brushes, E2, it's clean, there's no product. I'm just blending the edges on this. Shape of this brush is amazing because it's so soft. It's perfect for sensitive eyes. It's not going to tug or pull. And then the shape, it's a little bit more pointy. You can get nice and like in there, but then you can also push down a little bit and angle a certain way so you get more of that true blender type of effect. Yeah. Definitely check out my dedicated video to these brushes, because I had fun creating that. All right, there you go. Back in with the E4. I want to take the burgundy shade and I want to just pack it very lightly on the outer eye, very lightly. So I'm just placing it on the outer eye. I'm not blowing it out, keeping the shape. And then we'll go back in with the brush we just used for the crease and focus that right there on the outer eye to blend it. E5, which is the pencil brush, let's go into the lightest shade. And that's going to be my inner tear duct highlight. I'm going to bring this inwards. See how pretty it looks when you bring it inward a bit? I don't really think I took off the mascara very much before. So here's our first look. Can't go wrong with the wet dry formula. No, no, no. So remember when I was creating the look with the purple first and I was being very intense with it and purposeful and building it up and showing you how it really can be a deeper color and not look super purple? We're going to do the complete opposite this time because I want it to be super soft of a purple. So I'm going in with E3. This is the larger of the two crease brushes, and I'm just picking up a little bit of the purple shade, tapping it off, and it's gonna be a super soft deposit. Super, super, super soft. I want it to, going back in, I want it to just lightly give a hint of color and definition on the eyes, just to add a little bit of depth. I actually just cleaned the brush off really quick, and I'm just now gonna blend, so it's keeping it super soft. So it's that soft wash of purple, super, super soft. This is the E1. It's a large brush. Yeah, we know it's a large brush. It's a large lid brush. I forget what it's called. Anyways, E1. Let's go into the lightest shade. And I'm just going to fluff this all over. Just fluff it all over. Super diffused. Cleaning it off really quick. I'm back in with my Esom W21. I'm going to pick up the lightest shade that we just fluffed all over the lid. I'm going to pack it on this brush, and then I'm going to spray it. This is my Hyaluronic Energizing Mist by Tom Ford. This is going to go right here just a little bit, just like that. This is definitely optional, but I just wanted to share if you like doing this, because it is kind of a really easy technique to kind of tight line and create a little bit more on the eyes. So I'm taking the E6. I have had and loved the 08 from Wayne Goss. I did compare these in my dedicated video. I don't want to make this like a Wayne Goss, but I'm going to use that brush, go into the darkest shade, and just tight line. Let's do some mascara. I'm actually going to go right over top of the rose lip oil with Intimate Rose. Clearly this has been my lipstick of choice past couple of weeks. This is from the Rose Garden collection. So here are two more looks from Honeymoon. I will go ahead and classify these as a little bit more daytime wearable, but you can wear them whenever you want, okay? It's your makeup. Do with it as you please. Yes. We used the shadows wet. We used the shadows dry. We blended them together. We used our finger. We did all the things with Honeymoon. And Honeymoon did not disappoint. I hope I've inspired you to go grab your Honeymoon, show her some love if you haven't used it in a while. You know what? If this is your favorite palette and you use it all the time, I get it. Thank you guys again. I know I've said it already, but I want to make sure you know. Thank you again for making sure I added Honeymoon to the collection. Yes, it was a must. Again, this is a newer quad for me, so I'm feeling, excited about it, and I really love the color story. I love the wet dry formula. Love that I can blend these with a more fluffy brush to get a softer diffused color like we did with this look. I love that we can really concentrate the color and build it up. I love that we can use it wet. Performance is outstanding. I'm really happy that I was able to come back and create some more looks with my new little addition. I don't know which one I'm gonna wear for my date. But I need to go figure that out. Happy Tom Ford Tuesday, everyone. Thank you, as always, for spending your time with me today. Don't forget to give today's video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't. Stay beautiful, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.